The UN Decade of Indigenous Languages is important to me because it puts a spotlight on so many enriched cultures and the traditions and knowledge that comes with Indigenous cultures and people.
90 to 95% of the world's languages will be extinct by the end of this century. Many of these include Te Reo Māori and the many languages spoken by our neighbours in the Pacific. By engaging in the UN Decade of Indigenous Languages, we're hoping to keep these languages alive and therefore the cultures that they're attached to.
It presents itself as an opportunity where we can celebrate the diversity that we have all around the world.
It goes back to your language is your identity, your well-being, it's your whole knowledge system.
The language of Te Reo Māori itself is important because it connects me to my whanau, it connects me to my ancestors, waterways, whenua land, and it carries my history.
Coming from a background of Māori and Pacific, specifically Tongan, I find this very important as it is a big part of our identity.
I've kind of started to reclaim my reo as an Indigenous person of New Zealand, and it's been really vital to kind of a sense of belonging and a sense of belonging to my ancestors and my tupuna. And I think that's tends to be the same kind of trend with a lot of Indigenous peoples.
For my family, quite a large generation of us were not brought up with the language, so now going back and learning it personally, whether it's in my own time or at uni, has helped me feel more connected to those generations that spoke the language as their mother tongue.
My language is essential to the way that I live. My everyday life is filled with Te Reo Māori, and I want the everyday lives of my children, my tamariki and my mokopuna to be filled with it as well.
I would encourage others to support and learn about the decade, regardless if you're an Indigenous peoples or not, just to get involved in learning more about the Indigenous peoples of your country as well and making those connections with those people.
It's mutually enriching, knowing and learning about other people and why they do the things they do and why you do the things you do, because actually in knowing other people you also come to know yourself better.
Because it gives you an opportunity to not only learn but understand what the Indigenous people of the land go through, their struggles, but also the knowledge that they can provide and the stories they can tell. And that's why I think that everyone should get involved with the decade.